song, It's Alright, came from a really specific time. It was a really challenging time. It was a really memorable time. My wife, Kyra, and I were going through a time that was hard and it was challenging, and I started to have some health battles, which was something that I'd never really battled before. And suddenly I had this stuff happening in my body that I couldn't explain. I went to hospital, ran a bunch of tests, they couldn't explain it either, and I'd basically been sent home in this place where they said, we don't know what's wrong with you, we don't know what's going on. And I remember one day sitting there, like the fear that was gripping me, because I just felt like I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. And there was this one night, I remember I couldn't even sleep, and it was intense, and I was in pain. And Kyra, I remember, stopped and she prayed for me. And as she prayed, she said this one phrase. She just said, God, we know that it's all right. And she kept saying that over and over. And in that moment, it was like God was speaking directly to me. It was like Kyra's voice suddenly turned into the voice of God and was just saying, it's all right. And that became like an anchor for us, something that we held on to through that whole battle, through that whole time, and we still do. It's like God said to us, it's all right. You know, I wrote the song then based out of the story in the Bible where it talks about Jesus taking his followers on a boat, going to the other side, and this storm rears up and it's breaking the boat apart, and it's this crazy storm, and they're all so afraid and they don't know if they'll get there. But Jesus, through the whole storm, he's just asleep. And when they wake him up, he says, where was your faith? Didn't you know that we were going to the other side? And that's how I wanted to be. It was like God had told us it was all right. And so this song was me responding and saying, God, I believe it's all right. And so I'm going to be like Jesus in that boat. I'm going to sleep until the morning because I know that I'm going to the other side. So I hope for you, wherever you are, maybe you feel like you're in a storm, or you feel like you can relate to some of that. You know, I challenge you to find God's promise to you. Find out what he says and then rest in that. Be able to rest and say, I'm going to the other side. Whatever it looks like around me, I know where I'm going because I know that he's faithful.